Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're all here today, gathered in this qa'ah, to mark the end of this chapter in all our lives, and to begin a brand new one. This next chapter is where we take the lessons we learned here and apply them in the real world. Everything we've done and learned up until this point, it all leads to this moment. It all leads to this new chapter that we're all going to be going through. While we continue our journey of knowledge outside of this Islamic school that we were all raised in, it may seem to some that the journey isn't directly tied to Islam anymore. The truth, however, is very different. Gaining knowledge is something that every Muslim should strive for, and it's a duty for all of us. Just like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون خبير. Allah will elevate those of you who are faithful and raise those gifted with knowledge and rank, and Allah is all aware of what you do. Allah tells us here clearly and in many more verses and surah in the Quran that seeking knowledge is in all its forms is something that's highly encouraged and rewarded for. Just because that knowledge isn't directly tied to Islam doesn't mean that it has no reward or meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I strive to carry the lessons I learned in this school with me, and inshallah I hope that I could be one of those Muslims who shapes every field that I go into with honesty, good character, and the values that this school gave me, and who builds things that actually helps people instead of harming them. I learned many different things over the 8 years that I spent here. The thing that I always come back to time and time again, is that knowledge isn't something to be taken lightly. If we as Muslims didn't know our history, we wouldn't understand the struggles that the Prophet and the Sahaba went through. If we as Muslims didn't know how to read and recite the Quran, Islam wouldn't be as widespread as it is. Knowledge is always something that we should live our life to aim for. Knowledge as a whole is a core principle in our religion and shouldn't be pushed to the side. It should be honored, it should be cared for, and it should be something we strive for day in and day out. But this school gave me more than knowledge from books. It changed me for the better. 8 years ago, I never could have imagined myself standing in front of all of you today talking. And yet here I am. This place made me more confident, more comfortable speaking in front of people, and more understanding to everyone around me. And I didn't do any of it alone. Some of my best memories here are with my shabab, with my best friends. Stressing over tests together, complaining about the classes we were sure would never end. Sitting around talking in a class long after lunch when we probably should have been working or studying. To my friends, we grew up together in these halls, and I'll carry those memories no matter where we all end up. And I also want to thank all of our teachers who struggled and worked with us throughout the years. Ms. Hanat, for her Islamic studies and history classes, for teaching us about our Prophet's seerah, but more importantly, for being a second mother to all of us, for always leading with compassion and kindness, and always putting our needs first, no matter how busy or how important the thing she had to do was. Sheikh Nasr, for the life lessons and wisdoms he always gave out, for the memories we had with him. For example, taking us all on our first Umrah. Thank you, Sheikh. Sheikh Muhammad, for his Quran classes that taught us so much about our book, our Quran. For always being there for us, no matter what the reason was. For always standing by our side and helping us out in every way you could. For always seeing yourself as one of us instead of just our teacher. Thank you, Sheikh. Jazakallah khairan. Ms. Ilham, for always putting up with us, and being there to call us out when needed, for always being there, giving us advice or helping in any way you could. Thank you. Miss Ramah, you were always there to help us from day one. The things you did for us couldn't even be named. If we started naming them, we would be here all day. I want to thank you for always helping us figure out the next steps in every chapter, even before we started high school. Miss Salwa, for always being there, giving us life lessons, teaching us, and always being there to lead us in any way she could. And for the rest of the teachers, for always being there to help or assist in any way we needed. To all of you, from my heart, Jazakumullah kulla khair. You built us up from those first days all the way until now. We definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And we wouldn't be the young men you see in front of you today if it wasn't for your efforts and struggles. And to my parents, أنتما من بدأتما كل شيء لقد غرستما في كل شيء قبل أن أطأ هذه المدرسة منذ البداية الأولى كنتما من يرعاني دائما منذ أول يوم. علمتماني أشياء كثيرة لم تستطع أي مدرسة أو أي شخص آخر أن يعلمني إياها. شكرا لكم جزيلا على كل ما فعلتماه. إن شاء الله لم يذهب كل شيء فعلتموه هباء. جزاكم الله خيرا وشكرا لكم جميعا على حضوركم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.